I feel like running and depression and drug addiction go together pretty well for me. I've been running for the last 4 years and ultras for about the last two. Most recently with the running of the Angeles Crest 100 out in the San Gabriel Mountains of Southern California. Um, Prior to all of this, drugs were really it for me. I think I started using just because it felt good. It was always around, and my friends were kind of dabbling in it too. I later realized that it was pretty much just a way for me to cope with my depression and anxiety, things that I didn't even know I had. And it can be a really good way to cope with those mental illnesses. And then reality will set back in and either get more dope or you start the painful process of withdrawal. But I finally had enough, got off heroin, and needed something to fill my idle time. So I started jogging, ran on the roads, ran a few marathons, and eventually hopped into the ultra scene, which is where I'm currently at now. So I kind of fell into running pretty naturally after I got off drugs. I've definitely relapsed since that time though, but running's always been there to get me back on track whenever I was ready to patch myself up again. It's pretty apparent that there's this common thread of excess among those who participate in these ultra marathons. Like I said, I've had some relapses, but now I can cope with drug addiction and my depression without having to use drugs, which I'm really grateful for. I think early on, I didn't ask for help because I thought it was sort of a weak thing to do. That I was strong enough to sort of figure this stuff out on my own, kind of white knuckle it. But it wasn't until I actually started talking about my problems and reaching out to my friends and family was I really able to start the healing process. What I mean by that is, I got off drugs and started dealing with my depression and being honest with myself about it. I know a lot of people compare hundreds to sort of, a lifetime in one day, and that can be kind of cliche, but it's really true. During AC this year, I really realized how important a good support crew is to be successful in a 100-mile mountain race. Around the 50-mile mark, I was really feeling deflated and tired and just kind of wanted to pack it in. But my support crew lifted me back up, told me I was right on my splits and I was still running really well, and I just needed to get my head right. And they were absolutely right. I was just having a little bit of a low, but they got me out of that. And extending that to my life, you know, uh, surrounding myself with supportive people is just so incredibly important for my mental health. Um, and I know too, a lot of us are drawn to ultras for the challenging distance, but also for, the community and just the sheer beauty of these courses. If I'm, you know, if I'm not staying present or mindful during these races and all I'm thinking about is my pace or the external rewards that come with successfully completing one of these races, I really lose touch of why I'm actually participating in these events. It's so important to me to be able to experience these incredible emotions that we all go through while we're out there on the course. So staying mindful and focusing on situations allows me to stay present and appreciate my life.